All right, we're at day 3, how to stop guessing what is wrong. And now, this is the final day of the 3-day challenge. On day 1, I talked about why nothing has worked yet to help you. On day 2, I talked about what is actually wrong with your stomach and your digestive system. And now, day 3, we're going to talk about your next step. Let's finish strong. This is why you can't really do this yourself, or why you've had a hard time trying to do this yourself in the past. Now, you're smart, you've done your research, but the truth is, you can't see what's happening at a cellular level. And the truth is that there's so much going on really deep down in your body. We talk about our digestive system, but even deeper than that, we have our organs, and deeper than that, we have our tissues that make up the organs. And then deeper than that, we have the cells that were made up of trillions of cells, okay? And at that level, the microscopic level of your cells, when there is kind of dysfunction or something's going wrong, that's when you will notice major symptoms like bloating, brain fog, fatigue, things that feel like maybe you feel like that's normal for you because you might have been having it for such a long part of your life, or maybe this is more new to you. Now, you can't see the bacteria that are in your gut. And if you have microscopic parasites in your system, it's hard to know exactly how damaged your gut lining is. You also might not know which nutrients you're deficient in. If you guess at these different things, it could just be a huge waste of time and money. I've seen people spend upwards of $10,000 on just supplements that didn't work because they did things in the wrong order. And you can see how this went up over years, and some people have been dealing with this for their whole life. This is why you really need testing. If you've tried a bunch of different things and you felt like nothing sticked or stuck, that's because you need to figure out more information. You're just barely scratching the surface. Tests reveal so much information. Now, your doctor's tests miss more than 80% of what's actually wrong. Stool tests that are, I would say, on the more functional realm of stool tests, because a lot of people will say, I've done a stool test with my doctor, and that might have tested for a couple of different bacteria or parasites, but it is not comprehensive. Stool tests in the functional realm can show if you have the wrong types of bacteria or too much of one kind and not enough of another. If you have bacteria in the wrong part of your digestive system, if you have parasites, and sometimes, yes, they're wormy like, and other times they're so small that you would never ever see them. Yeast, inflammation, and it also tests if your stomach is doing its job. If there are markers that come back on the test that are off, you can see exactly, oh, it's from your pancreas, or oh, it's from your liver. Nutrient deficiencies. Now, to see how your cells are working, your cells are kind of like a factory, and they need a lot of supplies, all different kinds of supplies. These nutrients are the supplies, but if your body doesn't have enough of what it needs, that factory is not able to run smoothly and do what it's supposed to. What happens then is bloating and fatigue and inflammation, major inflammation. So whether or not these tests will also show whether or not your body is able to come out. Now, testing shows you exactly what's wrong, so you have a roadmap of where to begin. You can fix things properly, and you're not just guessing. Trying to fix things without a test, it's like walking blindfold. It's not the best idea. So here's why order matters when it comes to prioritizing what to do first. For example, doing things out of order might look like this. you take a supplement to kill off bad bacteria, but you have so much bad bacteria and your body is not working at its best that now you feel horrible. You might feel worse than before. You might have skin breakouts. You might feel almost like you have the flu. And that makes you want to quit trying to heal yourself because you feel so lousy and then the symptoms just come back. It's not that you had everything wrong. It's just that if you have the wrong pieces in the wrong order, it's not ever going to work. Doing this without testing or without professional help is kind of like playing the lottery. There are so many things that could be off in your body that if you just guess at it, there's such a little chance that you're going to be successful at doing the right thing at the right time. So another example is of having the wrong order is adding in good bacteria, taking probiotics at the wrong time. Now, I was working with someone over the last couple weeks, and the first thing she said when we started working together is, "Well, I take probiotics and a really, really good one, but it makes me feel worse." And that's because if you add in probiotics at the wrong time, those good bugs are gonna compete with the bad bugs, and there's gonna be some friction going on, and that's gonna lead to more waste being expelled, okay? So when bacteria die, they release waste, and that is a type of toxin in our bodies. Now, when you feel horrible from spending I should say, when you feel horrible after taking a $60 a bottle probiotic, then you just feel like it was a waste and you might want to just quit. Now, when you address things in the right order, it makes all the difference. The first step is to open up that drain. If you weren't here yesterday, our bodies, if you imagine it, is kind of like the drainage system or the detoxing, the cleaning out of your body. If you think of it like a big sink that is filled with dirty dishes, and there's probably water, stagnant water, and some food pieces floating around. But all you need to do is just clear out the bottom drain for everything else to drain so that you can start properly cleaning the mess. That's why we have to first open the drainage in your body. Your body has a similar kind of mechanism where you need to actually allow things or encourage things to drain out of your system so that and give your body the energy it needs to do that so that eventually we can start making these little changes and either adding in good bacteria or helping get rid of the bad bacteria or just helping to calm down the inflammation. We want to open the drainage first, and then we can support your detoxing organs, your kidneys, your liver, your lymph, and then maybe we can start getting rid of or killing the bad bacteria. That's a much safer timeline. Then you can actually start working on repairing your gut lining and eventually rebuilding the bacteria so you have a nice, happy ecosystem going on in there. Most people skip steps 1 and 2, and that's why their protocols fail. Real healing takes 3 to 6 months minimum. And maybe it's not what you wanna hear, but it's the truth. You didn't get here overnight. You're not gonna heal overnight either. And you really can't heal what you can't see. Every month that you guess what might be the problem is just another month of planning your life around yourself, turning down invitations to dinner, and feeling trapped, almost like hopeless. How much longer are you willing to wait? Your next step is to book a free 15-minute consult using the link in the description. You can also text me at 631-239-7161. And that way we can learn if you're going through something that I can help you with. With $7, you can invest in the Jump Start Guide, which help you get started on your own right away. That link is in the description. Now you have 2 choices. You can keep guessing, which is gonna waste more time, and, your health is not gonna get better unless you address it, or you can get answers and heal your body. That's it. In 3 days, you learned about why nothing has worked, what's wrong, and the next steps. So stop guessing and start getting answers. See you next time.